Good afternoon to everybody out there. This is the power of healing with Otabi. Ungowekhethele ngathi ngimubi namhlanje. So yeah, welcome to our Thursday question and answer session where we are going to touch on uh, initiation or self-initiation experiences, difficult experiences. Yeah. So as I'm waiting for people to join, um, I have to share this. So guys, I'm not an ordinary person. I don't see myself as doing things that other people do. I'm not an ordinary healer. Therefore, how I work is totally different. So yeah, um, I had to endure pain, and challenges so that people may benefit from that experience, from my experience. And what do I mean? But endure pain and hardship so people might benefit from my experience. So I had to experience things so that people might get healing from what I've experienced through my hands. Yeah, so I'm not an ordinary person. I neither am I an ordinary healer. So I speak about shamanism most of the time. I just want to explain what shamanism is. I'll keep on explaining and keep on opening up about my journey so it can help a lot of people. So before I get into shamanism, guys, the power of healing a was not a name that I thought about. It was a name given or a phrase given from my program a month after being or escaping the hands of grief. Then I was given by Abantu the phrase "the power of healing with Totabi." It is an experience. There is experience in that phrase, and yeah. So as I said, anything that I do was through is from experience. Um, or into engiyiphiwe yona. I shared a post yesterday saying about my 5 days prayer treatment that I give to my clients. Uh, yeah, after cleansing, it's part of the cleansing. Um, yeah, it's part of the cleansing rituals that I do, but also it was something that was given to me uh, by Abogogo. So this is Iswasho, right? Iswasho that I give to my clients. The components mixed with Iswasho, guys, represent the six elements or the six forces of nature. And it was explained properly to me how I have to mix and measure it. Ne? So it was that in itself was a gift, Leswasho. And then the oil, I call it I call it my teardrops because it represents that hard time or that difficult time in my life that I had to endure, and this came out of all the tears that I had to cry. So as ngisho nje, it's part of the treatment that I give to my clients. Yeah, after ilento cleansing that I do, and then there's going to be addition to my treatment. There's this thing that I found. Now I can't see it. There's this it's called cleansing patches. It's cleansing patches that you use overnight to cleanse yourself. It's one product that works wonders. I must tell you, it does work wonders. The cleansing patches, it's cleansing and detoxing patches, and we speak about cleansing all of the time. So as I said, guys, I mean, I'm not ordinary. I work with different ways and try to bring different healing to abantu. So I was glad to have discovered that those patches. Tando, can you bring me that pack? To my love. Give me that pack of patches on top of my bed, love. Can you see it? So yeah, as I was saying, those patches work wonders. I want to show you guys. So, but they are part of cleansing package, a 5 days prayer treatment that I do for my clients. And then there's also another lotion. And is I think I don't have it now. Thank you, boy. So these are the patches, guys. As you can see, these are the patches. You use them for cleansing. You use them for cleansing, and after you've used them, it comes off to see that you have cleansed. It comes off like this, guys, and see this is whatever that came out. So you do it overnight. Ufaka phansi kwenyawo, so they go under your feet. They work wonders. They are for cleansing and detoxing. So yeah, it's part of a package for my clients. Yeah, so if you are my clients and you do cleansing rituals with me, don't want to go into that for now. Today we have a Q&A session. So yeah, before we start with the Q&A, as I said, I was explaining about shamanism, guys. I want to read something for you so you understand my ways of healing. Né? So people understand what shamanism is, and I'm actually going to post pictures of shamanism or images of shamanism so you understand better what we're trying to talk about when we talk about shamanism. So where are we? There's this I actually took this paragraph from Ellen Donne, one of my books. So it says shamanism or shamanic journeying is a technique that is learned and mastered while being experienced and practiced by allowing person to symbolically journey. Ne? So it is a practice. It is a technique that is learned and mastered while being experienced and practiced by allowing persons to symbolically journey. Ne? They will hear and feel various things. All right. So, guys, the way shamans work, we work through experience. All right. It is a technique. Shamanism is a technique. Shamanism is a practice. We work through experience and allowing people to journey, symbolically journey through the spiritual realm. Right? Okay. So people will hear and feel various things. Hence, I speak about validations when we go do cleansing rituals. You hear and feel various things. It differs from one person to the other. We work with vibrations. We work with nature. We work with energy. We work in different ways, right? So, as a shaman or a therapist, you guide a client through their first journey, and then the client is free to take the reins of each subsequent flight. What that means is that I, as a shaman, guide you towards the first step. I show you what to do the first step. And then, furthermore, you are able, you are free, sorry, to take the journey by yourself. That is what shamanism is. That is why what I do. Shamanism is not in any way an ordinary way of healing. Okay, so I speak so much about being a shaman, and it will take some time for people to understand what shamanism is. So shamanism takes and okay, shamanism takes on many different forms, which vary greatly by region and culture, and are shaped by distinct history of the practitioner. It is a practice uh, that varies from person to person, from culture, from religion, from culture, region, where you are, your cultural background, ngumZulu. So it will link with um, African traditions and custom, right? It takes different forms. So in shamanism, there's no one way of doing things, but rather you get different ways of doing things, different ways of engaging with the spiritual world. Um, so as I said, it depends on the region and the culture of the place that you're practicing in. And hence I said, the power of healing with Utabi is a program. It is a program of healing, not something that I thought about one day and I decided that I wanted to be the power of healing with Utabi. It was given to me. It is a journey. And hence I say, I I go with you into your journey. I embark on your journey so I can get you where you have to be. Yeah. So basically it is shaped by the history and experience of the practitioner, which in this case I've explained it's my experience and it's my journey. And I've always said in my space, shamanism, guys, is shaped by the history of me as a practitioner. So it is very difficult for me to distinctly say that ngiyinyanga, because I've been told somebody had tried to define it in that way. Shamanism is abanyanga. I wouldn't say that. It's a different kind of calling and it's a different kind of healing altogether. Okay, so yeah, it is misconceptualized by other people. It is misunderstood a lot of times because it's weird. I might do something here physically, and when are you thinking I'm just doing this physically? But for me, there's a different meaning to it spiritually, and there's a different um, understanding to it in the spiritual world. So when I do my cleansing rituals and I do certain things, don't think I'm in that space. Don't think I'm there. That's what shamanism is. I might be doing it the certain way physically, but it does not really mean it's that exactly as we see it. So yeah, I am very confusing when I do certain things because, as I said, it is through history and what the practitioner has been taught. It is through experience. As I said, if shamanism is a practice, guys, it is a practice of healing. All right, now that I got that over with, uh, before we can start on questions. So, guys, we go through a lot, man. A lot of people go through a lot. Doesn't matter whether isangoma or kobela. We go through a lot, right? We go through. The journey in itself is not easy. The journey of initiation is not easy. Initiating into being able to understand spirits is not easy. The journey of carrying spirits is not easy. It is draining as hell. I'm drained as is, but because of you, and I had promised to do the Q&As, I have to do it. It is very draining. It is tiring. It is one weird life. I must say, it is weird for people who do not understand you, and sometimes it is strenuous for somebody who really does not understand themselves. So I understand that a lot of people get different weird experiences when they go through initiation. And I was hoping that today we would actually talk about those weird experiences and very difficult experiences. For some people, it was very difficult that they ended up hating the calling, or they hated the gift that they were given. Um, and sometimes you get that. And I did make a video and I said this: umuntu will show you a version of their experience. So when you get that you are made to do izinto that other people don't do, you must understand that that person was trained in that. Lo gqobela beke-trainwe ngaleyo ndlela. So there's no other version that they can show you ngoba azange ayithole. All right? You are lucky when you find umuntu ozozama ukuyenza lula the journey, but the journey personally in itself nje, individually, it is very draining. It's very hard. You are let go one day, the other day you pick yourself up. That's what the journey does. um and unfortunately it's ending. So yeah, with that being said, uh MMM says it's about opening your heart, and you're kind and trust you're kind and trust your instincts, then you flourish. That's true. I mean, everything, guys, that you do wholeheartedly, and everything that you do in faith, trusting uh, the forces that have sent you into the journey. When you trust them, it becomes easy, guys. When you trust them, it becomes easy. And when you trust that there will be a some sort of reason for whatever that you've gone through in your journey, it will make sense. I'm waiting for questions now, guys. Let me open for questions. You can send your questions about initiation and self initiation, or you can send what ama comments about your experiences, or you can share your experiences in initiation or in self initiation. I'm waiting for you guys. Yeah, as I said, this is today is it's your question and answer session. So hopefully I'll be able to answer some of your questions. But yeah, as MM has said, it needs. Oh, and I also wanted to say this, guys. There's three things that I needed in this journey. Three: patience, obedience, and trust. Once you have those three, patience, obedience, and trust, once you have those three, you'll be able to face any storm in it, because in storms amaningi yeah. But at the end of the day, once once you have those, once you are obedient to what you are and what you are called to do, it becomes easy, because once you are grounded to what you are, then uzokwazi ukuthi wenzeni, kanjani, nini. So it's for me, the self initiation was a bit of ish. Yeah, it was hectic. Let me not lie. Let me not lie, it was hectic. Um it was one of those things. I'm just glad nje ukuthi as it got OSS I've completed it. Um That things that I had to good thing easy. I don't know whether to say delete in my mind or try to forget about, but um it's one of those things that I think it's the experience. When you think about the experience and what you've gone through, and you're like, yeah, no, I umuntu strong, because yo, it was something else. If one did not know, I think one would say I was depressed. Yeah, I was. Hey, I was not myself, because you're trying to make sense. And this is self initiation now, because I went through self initiation. You're trying to make sense of everything that's going on. And I think, even my phone stopped working at that. Those were that 8 months. Okay, it was 1 year. 1 year. It was 15 months. Yeah, but there was this 8 months where yeah, even my phone was not on. I was offline, because I wanted nothing to do with the phone. I wanted nothing to do with anyone. It wasn't like, somehow, you know, you go through this rush of emotions, and like this storm of emotions, and like, yeah, and you have to make sense, and you have to build yourself up. You have to make sense of what's going on. You have to comfort yourself, support yourself. Yo, I guys, no, I think we have different experiences, but yeah, no, it was hell. It was hell, but I got through that hell. So I'm still waiting for questions. Now, guys, if you do have questions about self initiation, otherwise, then I think we don't have too much questions for today. So one would ask, so Gogo, how do you know? That's the famous question I get. Gogo, how do you know that you are self-initiated or you are being self-initiated? You feel it, depending on ancestors, on your spirit guides, how they're doing it. But some people, well, they go through it, they don't know that actually I'm being self-initiated. And then after completion, that's when they really understand the self-initiating. With ubungoma, it's much easy. Ubungoma, ithonga likubonisa lapho ekufanele kuye khona, uhambe uye khona. Futhi-ke before lizokubonisa, kusafanele liqale likuvuse. Okay, faneke liqale likuvuse, faneke idlozi liqale likuhluphe. Awuvele nje usukume kusasa uthi mina sengiyothwasa. Uyahlupheka kuqala, guys. Liyakuhlupha, liyaphakama, maliphakama liyahlupha, then uboniswe. Abanye bayagula, abanye umuntu umthola anento nje eyenzekayo engajwayelekanga. Some people faint, some people go through a lot of depression, some people fanele kuhluphe kuqala, and then you go through, and then uboniswe lapho ekufanele kuye khona. Awuyithathi wena, uthathwa yilo ngoba malifika lapha kuzafanele ukuthi lifike liyibike ukuthi lingobani, lizoyenzani, kwenze njani. Okay, so awuveli nje uvuke kusasa uthi yazi mina ngicabanga, yazi mina ngiyothwasa ngile angazi-ke, maybe it does to others, but I don't know. Self-initiation needs a mentor at some point. Some of the things needs wisdom, so you won't do wrong things. Most of self-initiation are with it. They just need to be activated. So with self-initiation, guys, I'm not sure if I'm getting it right. Standard Sam, you say what needs to be activated, because uh, same thing. The activation that you're going to get, ne? mawunesithunywa kuzophakama isithunywa. Mawunabantu abadala kuzophakama abantu abadala, abanye abantu bavele babhodle. Nawu kunomehluko ukubhodla. Kunomehluko ukubhodla. Indaba yokubhodla abantwana basekhaya, Jehova. Indaba yokubhodla, indaba yokubhodla is very interesting indaba yokubhodla. Kunomehluko ukubhodla. Anyways, so abanye abantu uthola ukuthi when you are being activated, as you call it, I don't know if it's activation, but uthola ukuthi umuntu akafuni lutho, unolaka nje, kusukela like umuntu benimjwayela right, all of a sudden unolaka, he's been irritated by into encane nje, uyacasuka, futhi nje umuntu guys makazongena kule phase ye-self initiation, angamshaya nje umuntu inhliziyo the way incane kakhulu ngoba awufuni ukuzwa nix, awufuni ukurasela, awufuni, so any sort of irritation nje. And some people just cry for no apparent reason. Hey, you get into, as I said, you get into this depression phase. Kwabanye abantu. Omunye umuntu uthola omunye umuntu akasafuni nokuvuka. It comes in different ways. It's activated in different ways. So yes, you do need a mentor, especially if you don't know what's going on. So that ungazitholi commit suicide only just to find out ukuthi you were just going through self-initiation, because abantu do commit suicide, guys. Let's not ngeke siyifihle. So you do need a mentor. You do need somebody, a support structure. Unfortunately, it is not always people that are close to you, unfortunately, because nabo themselves don't understand your journey. So I always say, Gutsi, the first thing that the first thing that the journey will do is just to isolate you guys. Leo, it will decrease your cycle in a manner yokuthi yeah. Futhi uzithola nje so automatically so uyazikhipha kwawena. So yeah, hence I was saying you really do need a mentor. That is why with Ngoma I was saying they choose ukugobela for you, they choose your training, they choose. Guys, your ancestors choose everything for you if we space sokuthwasa. I was choosing the comfort that mina ngifuna ukuya kugobela comfortable, because mhlambe lo gobela oweya kuyo comfortable akanawo lamandla ekufanele akukhulise ngawo wena. That is why we find people making mistakes, because uthola ukuthi ugobela is weaker than you. Akanawo amandla, kambathiswa ngamandla wokusiza wena. Angithi we all come from different ranks. Sikuma lento angafani. And sometimes, guys, it is best to know ukuthi angiphiwanga lento and accept ukuthi awuyiphiwanga lento. Mina my training or mina my initiation went up until this level. Angikroselanga over. So you don't get yourself wenzisa abantu izinto ezi-wrong or wenzela abantwana babantu izinto ezi-wrong. There are people who are gifted out there and bazokusinda. And sometimes umuntu masekakusinda, because amathonga akhe are very powerful, you'll end up saying ithwasa liyathakatha or ufuna ukungitshela into zakho ufuna. Sometimes you get that uphiwa amandla, yes, but umuntu ozayo omunye ungaphezu kwakho, because asiphiwanga ngokufana. We need to accept that ukuthi asiphiwanga ngokufana, guys, so that you don't find yourself ufaka umntwana abantu ezintweni ezi-wrong ezizomlimaza ekuhambeni kwesikhathi just for money. Some people bakuma situations where they went through all of these initiations and this and this and that, badala imali enkulu, only to find that they really did not need all of that. And it's very sad. Mawucabanga imali, yazi ukuthi guys sizobulalana, because when you get to find ukuthi no, I really did not need this. Ijeni yami beyihamba la, not where I'm coming, no la ilapho engisuke ngayiqala khona. and now you need to try and make sense of everything all over again. So it's ibuhlungu, guys. I think sometimes when these things, this you start having these signs, you really need to communicate with your ancestors and say, you need to guide me to the right person. You need to guide me to umuntu oneqiniso, to umuntu oyaziyo into ayenzayo, so that I don't find myself nyenza into engeke izisebenze. It's very also hurting that you go through initiation and then find yourself after a year akwenzeki lutho, there's no movement. So we really need sometimes ukuthi sikhulume nabantu abadala ukuthi yazi lapho ngisekhona ngicela ningikhethele nina. Hey guys, don't choose for yourself, man. Let them guide you. Let them yiba abakuthwesa le nto angithi, let them provide for it. Let them guide you. Bakubonisa indlela. So it becomes easy. I'm not getting any questions and ngizoyivala, but yeah, it is a very difficult journey, right? It's a very difficult journey for all of us. I don't think it's any easier to anyone. And if it's easier to you, then it hasn't got into that space. So lento. There are some people who went through blindness. There are people who went through paralysis, bangasakwazi ukuhamba. There are people who went through. There are people who lost kids just because of this gene. There are people who lost everything and that they had to start afresh. That's the difficult experience in this journey. There are people who had everything and suddenly are left with nothing. And within a wink of an eye, hey, akusinto evele nje ukuthi noma iyenzeka mayithi iba hectic, iba hectic. Mayithi iba hectic, and you lose everything. So yeah, it's very difficult, and sometimes masudlulile kuyo and uzama ukukhuthaza umuntu, it's not easy, guys. Ukuzama ukukhuthaza umuntu ukuthi no, you'll get through this. It's not easy because you know how it feels. You know ukuthi ibuhlungu kangakanani. So hence I've said, if they're going to guide you to someone, let them guide you to umuntu right, umuntu ozokwazi ukwenza izinto zakho ngendlela right, so that you see progress in your life. Even when they guide, you need to tell them, even when they show you things, that they need to clarify those things. Ungazitholi wenza futhi izinto futhi kubuye kuthiwa wenzanga kahle kuqalela. Hey, ayikho ebuhlungu njengaleyo ukuthi awenzanga kahle kuqalela phansi. And just when you're thinking, no, you know what, I've overcome this milestone, and then utshela ukuthi yazi ukuthi azange khona ezinye izinto ezibuhlungu, guys, uthi wenzile, bathi fanele kuyoshadisa abazali, uthi wenzile leyo nto yokushadisa abazali, bathi akwenzekanga kahle. Bathi uyogeza ubuze uthi ugezile umuzi, bathi akenzekanga. Hey, zonke lezi zinto also, you must also understand, needs imali. So we need people who are going to be honest and say, yazi, it's better when you say to umuntu, angiyazi lento wena ukuyo. It's much better. Angiyazi lento wena ukuyo, maybe go consult with somebody else. It is not a sin. I'm not experienced in this in the space of ubungoma. Okay, so I wouldn't like 100% advise you ngobungoma, but what will happen, lapho engazi khona or lapho engiboniswa khona, I will try to guide you, but I cannot all of a sudden make myself ukuthi like ngibe umiss know it all. No, guys, in life you need to learn from other people. You need to accept that there are things that you have to learn from other people. So yeah, I hope it did help, guys, even though I didn't get so many Q questions. But also with the time that ngibe online on, because I was busy nje ngikhathele nje futhi, but yeah, I hoped that it has helped, and I hope that, yeah. Um, Nyabonga Stando Sam, thank you so much for that heart. I also love you. I hope that it does help, guys. So kancane kancane mana sincengeni kancane kancane soze sifike lapho ekufanele sifike khona. Thank you so much, guys. Bye.